Hey, what's up guys, Riv here. So today we're going to be talking about the drama taking place over at CD Projekt Red. Essentially, there's some rumors swirling that claim that DEI-focused policies over at the company have stifled productivity because a lot of the diversity hires are not well trained enough to make these games, causing a lot of issues for the company. In response to these rumors, the CEO of CD Projekt Red has come forward to deny everything and also claim that they do not hire people based on any sort of DI related policies, and he'll get caught in a very major lie. So how did this all start? Well, it begins with the YouTuber Endymion, who basically has been making a long series of videos talking to insiders from the industry who are making a lot of wild claims about the internal status of various companies like Ubisoft. And in this particular video, there is a section where he talks to an insider who has some very wild claims about CD Projekt Red and how they're focusing so much on DEI that it's actually hurting the products that they're trying to make.
For example, another source I was talking to told me that CD Projekt Red is in absolute chaos right now, based on who actually is still working there that used to work on the previous games. Apparently, lots of senior talent has already left CD Projekt Red. For example, the director of Witcher 3 has long left the studio, and they've already created their own studio with their own new game as well. Apparently, places like Warhorse Studios, the makers of Kingdom Come Deliverance, they have actually been poaching talent from CD Projekt Red like crazy these past few years. And I was told that problems that are plaguing Ubisoft, like diversity hires, are also starting to damage and ruin CD Projekt Red as well. According to that other source, CD Projekt has begun to rely heavily on outsourcing to contractors.
So he'll go on to also say that because of the inexperience of these diversity hires, it is rumored that they've had to switch over to Unreal Engine 5 in order to accommodate their lesser skills. So overall, what he's saying is very simple. The rumor claims that these diversity hires based on DEI policies are not qualified enough for these positions, and it's causing a lot of issues at CD Projekt Red, who now has to outsource and change their own internal game engines just to accommodate these diversity hires. And this is where the CEO of CD Projekt Red would respond. You can see Michael Nowakowski here. He would say this tweet that would get a lot of attention. You can see over 1 million views. He says this: "Seems we live in times where anyone can record complete nonsense and make a story out of it. CD Projekt Red talent leaving. We have the lowest rotation of people in recent years. DEI-driven recruitment. We hire based on merit and talent alone, just as we make games driven by artistic vision alone. Why did we choose Unreal Engine? Because it enables us to work on our games more efficiently, and we remain cutting edge tech-wise. The Witcher 3's director left? Well, yeah, more than 2 years ago. Now can we stop looking for conspiracy theories and go back to making cool stuff?" Now, this would get a lot of attention and support, especially from members of the gaming industry and in particular games journalists who were absolutely blasting Endymion. This is one of many articles, this one released by PC Gamer, where they say this: CD Projekt Red boss pushes back on conspiracy theories against diversity in gaming. We live in times where anyone can record complete nonsense and make a story out of it. Well, this would all be some great headlines if it wasn't complete nonsense. As always with these journalists, they did absolutely no research on this, and if you did even the tiniest bit, if you scratched the surface over at CD Projekt Red, you would see this is right on their main website. They have a whole section for diversity and inclusion. It is the mission of this company. Here's the other CEO. They have a joint CEO here. The other one saying, "Our mission is to create revolutionary games for players around the world, and this is why we need to empower the potential of our teams. A diversity of perspectives unlocks creativity and increases innovation." So you scroll down further. They have a whole formula for achieving these goals by diversifying their teams, inclusive leaders, and equitable processes, giving people a leg up and making up for society's imbalance. And yeah, you can see they're doing DEI, except they're doing it DIE, which is a lot more appropriate. But you continue on, they list their equitable practices, and they believe that talented and passionate people are their biggest strength in creating a safe and inclusive workspace helps create more room for them in the industry and at our company. And they go on and on and on. There's endless sections. They put more work into this than pretty much anything else on their website. And if you look at the other related materials, you can see this material sustainability issues report here from 2023. We're down here, throughout this, they're talking about a lot of things in terms of sustainability, also like environmental issues that they're trying to work on. But this is the biggest part right here. It says, the study identified the following areas of sustainability material to the CD Projekt group. Pillar S, the first one listed, strengthening the DEI culture at CD Projekt by, among other things, fostering inclusive leadership. It's literally in their pillar here saying that they want to strengthen the DEI culture. Now, what is a DEI culture? It sounds a lot like a cult to me, but yeah, this is clearly one of their main goals. And to make things even worse, if you go to their other related materials, you can see their sustainability approach that was uploaded only a few months ago in August of this year. And they have this video right here with the COO of the company. And let's listen to what this guy has to say, and it is quite eye-opening.
My name is Piotr Nielubowicz. I'm a member of the board and CFO at CD Projekt. I'm also personally involved in a range of environmental, social and governance initiatives, ESG for short, and I'm responsible for CD Projekt Group's reporting in this matter. I would like to present our strategic approach to ESG issues in the context of our business. This approach reflects our identity and our values. It also takes into consideration the interests of our stakeholders identified in a relevance survey, which we carried out for the first time in 2021.
So basically, you can get the point here. He is the CFO, and he is driving this whole movement of ESG into the company, which is hand in hand with DEI. And these things coupled together, the DEI initiatives on their website, followed by this ESG promise here, it all adds up, right? This is the same company that is having their CEO come out and say, no, we don't do any of these things, when clearly there is a mountain of evidence suggesting otherwise. And it gets even worse. If you go later in the video, we'll see him make some pretty interesting comments.
Such as the COVID pandemic or the war in Ukraine. We also intend to be socially active on a daily basis. A good example of this approach would be the already second edition of our scholarship and mentoring program called Dziewczyny w grze, Girls in the Game.
So we actually talked about this before. If you go to their website, again, you can see this Girls in the Game mentorship program that is limited to only women. Only high school girls can apply for this, which is very odd. It's game design, right? Why is it being limited to one gender? And a lot of people, including some legal experts, have claimed, like Legal Mindset, that practices like this are probably illegal in most countries. And we saw a very similar type of a program at Ubisoft that people discovered, a recent mentorship program over there where you have to identify as a woman or a non-binary individual just to be eligible to apply. But going forward, you can see, this is the video, and if you have the like-dislike add-on enabled, you can see it's getting dislike bombed into the shadow realm. 373 likes, 11,000 dislikes. Clearly, there is a very present message here. People don't care about this nonsense. And for some reason, these people have convinced the company, they've convinced many people that ESG and DEI is what's good for the company when this is the response from potential customers. They hate it. But moving forward, I mean, this is a company that on their own website is celebrating that they won a DEI award. Yes, they went to the 30% Club Poland, which is a contest that was organized where they were one of the winners for basically sharing one of their DEI plans. And that was the whole aim of the competition. All of these companies came together and shared their best DEI initiatives, and they were one of the winners of that DEI contest. Yes, we are winning awards for DEI initiatives at this time. And it really just goes hand in hand, as this user points out. On top of all this, they also signed Poland's diversity charter, which makes all of the people who sign it promise to do this whole set of things, to create corporate culture and atmosphere which ensures respect for diversity by means of mainstreaming diversity management, age management, and equal opportunities in policies and procedures applied in our organization, to introduce internal institution solutions in order to promote the development of equal rights, including the appointment of a person or a team to coordinate all the efforts meant to combat discrimination and mobbing in the workplace to develop and implement equal rights and diversity management policies in the workplace, with special emphasis placed on recruitment, access to training programs and promotion opportunities, reconciliation of professional and family obligations, protection from mobbing, and unjustified dismissal. And on top of that, some people were reminding everyone of the type of people that CD Projekt Red have invited onto their team, including this individual we've talked about before, named Mary Kenny, who is someone who pretty much embodies everything about the modern gaming industry, okay? Extremely woke. She is someone that was the narrative developer on the latest Wolverine game, who has made many tweets about hating white men, and then she's making a game or helping make a game starring a white male character. And on top of that, when referring to kind of how she wants to push more gay characters and gay agenda into games, she said she wants to use every access of power she has and to pull every lever she can to make more gay characters in video games. And in result of all this, you might remember Endymion was attacked by a bunch of journalists. You can see a whole slew of articles that were made. And as he points out, since these discoveries about the DEI initiatives over at CD Projekt Red, none of these journalists have retracted their statements. None of them have corrected the record. They have just moved on. They don't care about this information. It's just like with Sweet Baby, right? We know how all of that happened. It began with the harassment campaign led by one of their own employees, and yet journalists and Sweet Baby themselves never acknowledge that. And that's how it is. They just move on. Games journalists don't care. They don't cover things that they don't want to if it makes their side look bad. And here, they got it wrong. He came forward with this rumor. It is something that definitely tracks, and the CEO lied about it. And that's the thing. At the end of the day, no one can force you to like or dislike DEI initiatives, in particular in the gaming industry, but you have a CEO of a company who is just outright lying to the public. He says that they don't have these DEI-related recruitment policies and other policies for their company. And clearly, there's a mountain of it, and it's all publicly available. So whether you like DEI or not, you have to acknowledge that this guy lied. He lied bold-faced to everyone, and that should concern you as a potential customer and consumer. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.